Alright guys, so we're going through this again for your test. Okay, this is for your test. You need to be following this, right? So you're gonna leave the person there when you've opened up a new SketchUp. You should already know how to do that. You're gonna click the upper tab. You're gonna retitle this one. It will be your first or your last name, comma first name, right? Test 1. So last name, comma first name, test 1. That's what you should be naming it. Once you name it, it's going to ask you where to save it. So you go ahead and you put it into your SketchUp Fall 2018 folder. You've clicked that once, you click select, it's now saved. Now I already have one in there, so it's not going to let me do that, right? So I'm going to put my last name. I'm going to leave one letter off of my first name since I've already done one. But you should have your full first name on there. Right? Select that folder. And bam. It's saved now. Okay, see the little saving icon up here? So the first thing, remember, you're going to get your square tool. You're going to grab that. You're going to make a square. Okay? Now you only clicked and you dragged one time, right? You clicked and you dragged one time. Doesn't matter as long as it's flat, right? And then you'll notice down here. Now with you only clicking once, right, and dragging and letting off the mouse, you put 6 feet, which is 6 apostrophe, and then you do comma, 6 feet again, so your box is going to be 6 by 6. You hit enter. I now have a 6 by 6 box. I come over here, I get the push-pull tool, right? The one with the arrow coming out of a box. I click once and I drag up and I release the mouse. I only click once though, okay? So then since I haven't clicked a second time to set it, right? Before I click again, I'm gonna hit 6 feet, 6 apostrophe, and hit enter. And now I have a 6 by 6 box, right? So come over here, grab your mouse, come over here, triple click, right? If you click once, it'll only do one side, right? We're looking at it, it'll only do one side. If you double click, it'll just highlight it, right? What you want to do is you want to triple click. 1, 2, 3, selects it all. You right click on the box, you make a group. Go over, make it a group. You've now made it into a group. Now if you click it, it will grab the whole thing. You can also click it and see that it's in a group if you triple click or double click it, right? So let's go back. So now I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna hit Control C on my keyboard, that's copy, right? And then Control V, which is paste, and I now have a second box. I'm gonna stack it on top, okay? Hit Control V again, it'll paste it, the same exact box again, and now I have 3 boxes, okay? Now, if I come over here, I grab the mouse right here again, the clicker, I come over here, I triple click this one, I can triple click this one, triple click this one. I can see that they're all different groups, right? So if I select all of them, okay, I can right click on it, select make component, click glue to any, right? And I want to name this 6 by 6 boxes stacked. Okay? Name it 6 by 6 boxes stacked. Click OK. I've now made it into a component. So now I can move this whole thing. If I come over here and get the moving tool, the 4 arrows, 4 crossroads, right? If I click anywhere on here, oh, that's grabbing that individual component, right? So let's click out of it real quick. There we go. Now, grab that 4. Now you can see I'm moving the whole stack, right? I can move it anywhere. Now here's what I want to do. Come over here, get your mouse again. Come back to this side, go to layers. You're now going to make a new layer, okay? Click the plus sign, make a layer, and change the name of the layer. Put larger boxes, right? Larger boxes, because we're going to make larger boxes on it, okay? And hit enter. That's now the name. Now you see how when I move the mouse away, there's a pin only on this top layer? That means if I just go back to drawing, I will only draw on that first layer that I originally started with. I want to draw on this new layer. So I'm going to click this pin again. I'm going to click this pin the first time, and you'll notice it disappeared from the top one. Now when I move my mouse away, I know I'm working on this one. So let's go ahead and minimize that menu. And let's make a 12 by 12 box in the same way. You click this tool right up here, the rectangle tool, click and drag. Now, you clicked once, dragged and let off the mouse, hit 12 feet, right? So it's changing the dimensions at the bottom. 12 apostrophe, right? So that's 12 feet right there. And then comma, because you're going to put in another measurement, 12 feet again, and enter. Now I have a 12 by 12 box. I'm going to come over here, grab my push-pull tool, click on it, and pull it up. One click and release as you drag. Then look at your dimensions, type in 12 apostrophe, that's 12 feet, hit enter, and you're now at a 12 by 12 box. Okay, so now that I have this done, I'm going to go over here, grab my mouse again, triple click it, that's 3 clicks with the mouse, right? Triple click it. There we go, it's taking me a second there. And make it into a group so I can move the whole thing, right? Make it into a group so I can move the whole thing. So now that I have that box, I've rotated a little bit. So go ahead and make a copy of that box, right? I have it selected still. Control C, right, is copying. Control V is to paste that copy. Now I have my box. But you can see I don't want to stack this one. I'm just going to put it next to it. So I'm going to grab right here and I'm going to scoot it right next to it. Then I'm going to Control V, which is paste another box like that. It pops up and I want to set it on top. Now this one I want to rotate. You need to know how to rotate stuff in here, right? So if we look, we have our nice 3 boxes stacked right there. So you come over here and grab the rotating tool. If you go down here, your 4 directions, your 4-way, just like for moving, you click on that and it has below the 4-way stop, it has your circle, your roundabout, right? So you click on that. Now, once you've clicked on that roundabout, it'll have this circle pop up. This is to measure, okay? Put it in the middle. Put it in the middle. You want to put it in the middle, you click once and right? Click once and then you drag out a direction, right? And so that's going to actually set up how you rotate. So once I click a second time, it'll set that position. Okay, you see how that line appeared going through? And now when I move my mouse around in a circle, it's rotating my box. Okay, so I want to rotate it, put my arrow, or put it so a point is facing down. Kind of like that. All right. Now I'm going to come over here to another side, to the other side, and I'm going to rotate again. So I'm going to click in the middle, drag out, and click again. Now when I rotate the box, I'll be clicking it, dragging it, put it so another one's pointed down. Okay. Now you're going to stay on this tool until you come up and grab your mouse again, right? So click your mouse, come over here, bam. See how that box is now rotated on point? So let's move it a little bit. Let's go back where our roundabout is now and click the 4-way direction tool, right? Click on that tool. You're going to click on the box and bring it up. Click on the box and bring it up. Click, move it sideways so that it is just barely touching it and looks like that point is floating on the edge, right? Floating on the surface of the other one. We rotate around, right? Rotate around, it looks like it is floating on it, just about, right? That's what we want. Now, another thing you can do is you can actually copy this. You can make this all a component, so grab your mouse, select it all, right? You're gonna, oh, that's not what I wanted, so you select it all like that. There we go. Finally got it all selected. You're going to right click on it, make a component, okay? Click any. You're going to put 3 large boxes. There you go. 3 large boxes. Now it's on there, right? Now he was behind here, so now technically he is in mixed in with that component. So I would either need to redo the component to get him out or leave it like this, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to now copy that component, right? I'm going to copy that component. So Control C, Control V. I've now copied the component, right? I can get the moving tool and rotate it now as well, right? I can turn it around, can come over to a different part of it, and I can rotate the whole thing around. I can even flip it upside down if I wanted to, right? Make a little mirror image. So if I come grab the arrow, and I can drop it on top of that other box, right? Move it to the side, zoom in a little bit, come bring it up, there we go. Sometimes you have to rotate around because the views make it hard to see when it is actually touching, right? They're just about touching. So that's pretty good right there. Now, if I click out of it, click this mouse and click out of it, now it almost looks like it's viewing. See right there? It's not touching, but it did from that other angle. So I may want to click that component again, right? And I may want to move it. Try and make it look like it's touching. Try and bring it in as close as possible, right? The more you try this, the better you will become. The more you try this, the better you will become. Click this mouse, because otherwise if I don't click the mouse pointer, then I may end up moving it back again on accident. Now the nice thing about this, that's all in one layer. So if I come over here to this layer, I click the eyeball, poke it out, right? Well, let's add this one. Let's click into this one. Let's poke that eyeball. It's now gone. Everything I drew is now gone. But it's still there. It's saved. It's just in that layer that I chose not to see, right? Chose not to see that layer anymore by poking the eyeball. So there you have it. Once you've saved it, okay? Once you've saved it, well, it's already saved. You can click save if it has it there, but Google automatically starts saving it for you, right? Then you go to your Google Drive, right? You're going to go to your Google Drive. You're going to go to your SketchUp Fall 2018 folder. Open it up. Where you see the one that you just created, you're going to right-click on it, and you are going to share. Okay? Now, when you do this, you're going to have to put in my real name, first and last. So that's Andrew Brandt. Right? So, I have this on here. Now you want the Kings Canyon, Andrew Brandt at Kings Canyon. You click on that one and you send. You will then have shared your test with me. If you have any questions, come talk to me and we can work through it if you have any issues. Other than that, have a great day.